Africa in Business on Channel Africa.
Now, we take you to Zambia, where a multi-agency raid led by the Drug Enforcement Commission of Zambia has been conducted on a Chinese-run company that allegedly employed Zambians believed to be call center agents. This led to a sophisticated internet fraud syndicate being uncovered in Zambia, leading to the arrest of 77 people, including 22 Chinese nationals. Among the equipment seized were devices allowing callers to disguise their location and thousands of SIM cards. Our Zambian correspondent Arthur Davis Sikopo joins us on the line. A very good afternoon to you, Arthur. I was just speaking and saying to Lulu Gabu, this sounds like the stuff of movies. First of all, take us through what happened.
Indeed, good afternoon. And of course, just like you put it, it seems like in a movie. So, investigative wings led by the Drug Enforcement Commission, one of the critical commissions in the country that investigate, crimes, financial crimes and other crimes. Did bust this particular a Chinese-owned and run a company which is based in Lusaka, which is called Golden Top Support Services, located in a suburb of Roma Township in Lusaka. So in that particular raid, they recovered a lot of things around there, such as SIM boxing machines that bypass local calls, international calls as they come into the country, or as they are being sent outside. So these are some of the machines that were recovered, and then there were 13,000 SIM cards, both domestic and international, and among those, Vodafone holds like close to 2,000 SIM cards, and MTN, which is Zambia, holds about 7,000, and of course Airtel as well holds a huge number, about 4,000. So they also seized 93 desktop computers and 42 are branded, which are branded or boxed computers which are not yet opened, and of course a laptop and other gadgets, and also they also managed to seize 2 firearms and 2 vehicles in the process.
Do we know what this tip-off was? What is it that alerted the Drug Enforcement Commission of Zambia to even look into this Chinese company?
Yes, so what we have been experiencing in the country is that you would get, certain messages that is, soliciting you to, or telling you that, the money that you applied for, the grant that you had applied for is out. So we need your NRC number, your national registration number. So send us that particular registration number. So when you do that, then, they pick your details, and, others would send on WhatsApp messages, asking for your bank details, say, we've got money that is pending, which we want to send to you. So I think probably that is one of the critical things that led to the Drug Enforcement Commission to look into these particular matters, because a lot of cases have been recorded, have been reported, and of course recorded in various police stations. And the technology company for Zambia, the Zambia technology, Zicta, which is responsible for managing the technology in the country, has been asking people to sort of report any suspicious activities relating to phone calls, WhatsApp messages that are requesting you to send money or to receive money and all that, to report. So I think that is where the Drug Enforcement Commission picked it up from, and instituted those investigations together with the Zambia police and other stakeholders, and that is when they landed into this particular syndicate. And also I must mention that those of us that get international calls, at some point you find that the number that you're getting a call from, I'm getting a call from South Africa, but the number that is showing here is a number which is in Peru, or a number which is in Dubai. It is not showing the +27, but it is showing a plus a different number. And when you check it on the radar, you find that number is not South African, but the person who is calling you is from South Africa, or the person who is calling you is from Tanzania. So when you check, you find that there's a mismatch, and this is where the phone boxing machine comes in, and they divert all those calls.
The company at the center of this is called Golden Top Support Services. What do they have to say for themselves?
Well, after that particular raid, we haven't heard anything from them, and because all those that were found are sort of like wanting and implicated into this particular matter, so the 22 Chinese nationals and of course one Cameroonian. So they for them they are still in police custody because some of them were found with irregular work visit or documents for them to stay in the country or to work in the country. So for them they are still in custody, and because they can't be released because maybe they can flee the country. But for the others, for all the Zambians have been released and are on police bond. So but generally we do not know much about this particular a company. And what we have only known now is that they were using this particular company to do serious criminal activities around phoning people around online and all those activities.
So Arthur, what happens now following this raid?
So what happens now after this raid is that the Drug Enforcement Commission, which is the lead in this particular operation, will have to take this matter to court. And so for those that are still in custody, for those foreign nationals, they have to be screened, and the matter has to be taken to court, and then the court processes begin. So it will depend on the court whether they'll grant these people bail, maybe after meeting certain conditions. But the fear that is there is that they are foreign nationals, and how they got into the country and how some of them continued living in the country when their papers were not correct is obviously one fear, that maybe they could run away. But obviously the court at that particular point will decide. And according to the Drug Enforcement Commission Director General Anderson Banda, he says that investigations have still continued in this particular matter to ensure that they close in on any other a stone that could have been left not yet turned. So they're still investigating, but the matter certainly has to go to court with obviously the evidence that the Drug Enforcement Commission has gathered so far.
Arthur Davis Shikopo, thank you so much for that update. Very much appreciated.
Thank you so much.
That's our Zambian correspondent, Arthur Davis Shikopo, on the Drug Enforcement Commission of Zambia having conducted a phenomenal raid on a Chinese-run company called Golden Top Support Services. And in that raid, 77 people were arrested, including 22 Chinese nationals, one Cameroonian, various weapons also found there, and more than 13,000 SIM cards seized. Takes us to 22 minutes after 1 p.m. Central African time. When we return, we look at the World Travel Market Africa 2024. It's currently underway in Cape Town, South Africa.
What's your name, please?
AFRICA, Africa. This is Channel Africa, the African perspective. Africa in Business on Channel Africa. Weekdays from 1 to 2 p.m. Central African Time.
World Travel Market Africa 2024 is currently underway in Cape Town, South Africa. The event brings together prominent global figures in the travel and tourism industry for pioneering discussions, as well as business opportunities in the tourism sector.